Welcome back to our Sunday Lori story. Hopefully, you are getting audio and visual with this. Thank you for joining us on this side of the stream. Joining me this morning is someone we're very lucky to have. This is Melanie Thomas with the Cairns Dog Rescue Group that we went out with this past week. Many of you chimed in on how you felt about that. Selena Christina said the Karens are bad. They get stuff done, and they absolutely do. Lucy Garcia said, God bless you, Karens. And how do you feel when you hear things like that? Do you know then I'm on the right path?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, it's the horror stories that we see, but I feel like, all the nice comments, the feedback that we receive, that we are on the right path, and we're going to keep trucking.
Absolutely. So I'm going to put up some video of actually images that you guys, you took pictures of, or follow-ups on some of the folks that we saw, maybe some of the things you'll be able to see it. So who is this little guy right here? Do you remember?
This is Stone.
Okay. And has the flea strike on his ears. And this little kitty that you guys are trying to rescue. Chantel said that she brought the kitty in. Who is this little
This is Alfie. He was found running in Southwest with what they believed was his mom and dad, and kind of got left behind because he's kind of missing part of his paw. So,
Now this is somebody that you rescued too?
Yep.
Okay, he's such sad little eyes, but hopefully he's thinking, yay, somebody's gonna get me.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're tickling his little tummy there. He looks like he's doing well. Now this dog, who is this one? It looks like that you guys put up a shelter or something for him. Yeah.
Yep. So that was just an outreach call.
Okay. All right. And that's how people get in touch with you. They either text you or call you. And now this pup, is he hooked up to something, or?
I believe
this is the Rottweiler that we were talking
that's
about.
Boy.
That was up against the tree at the home where there were 3 dogs. This is the puppy that we begged them to surrender. But you ended up getting him anyway because Diesel was microchipped, the one that you did the surgery on.
Yes.
And so they were, after his home was raided, they were able to identify you guys with Diesel, right?
Yes, that's Diesel.
Diesel looks like, yay, I'm out of here. And where did Diesel end up going?
Diesel and the little pup went to Livingston County Animal Control.
Okay.
They do great adoptions out there. They do great medical.
Look at his little face. Now these 2 dogs, I forget their names.
Darla and
Mimi, right? They were with Andre, but they got loose. She said he wasn't feeling well, but somebody brought him back.
Yeah, a nice citizen was driving and saw them. They jumped right in the car because they're super friendly.
They are.
We tracked her down on Facebook, and she was wonderful.
But look how happy. I mean, I can't even imagine him without his dog.
Yeah, he was devastated.
He was the one that was like, I will choose between eating and buying dog food.
So they're back home with Andre. So.
And you guys have set up a GoFundMe for Andre, correct?
We did, yes.
That's accessible through your Facebook page?
Yes.
This Melanie. Chantel told me that this is her front porch now. That and we have to thank the viewers for being so generous that you guys have an Amazon wish list, yes?
Yes.
Okay, and people can access that through your Karen's website, or?
Yep, it's on our website. It's on our Facebook page. Most of our posts, if we're getting low on collars or tie-outs, we'll post the link. So that really helps.
Absolutely. But there's also another way that people can help. You said that you guys have a fundraiser that's coming up. Tell me about that.
We do. It's going to be October 4th. It's called No Balls, No Babies.
and who came up with that? No balls, no babies.
I did.
And is it literally? It's like spay and neuter, no balls, no babies.
No balls, no babies.
Oh,
it's our spay and neuter initiative. This will be our 3rd year doing it. We have great success. And then that money is allocated for spay and neuter, rabies vaccines, microchips, things like that.
How difficult is it to get people to respond? I mean, we see people all the time, and they're outraged when they see this type of neglect and abandonment. And you see something, and then the story plays a couple of days, and you might see it online, and then that's it. how do you get people motivated? How do you keep them interested so that we can save another dog's life?
I think that the success stories are great. People see that, it's not just another horrible situation, that there is light at the end of the tunnel for some of these animals. And, we try for all of them. So it's there. It's not going anywhere. So, I mean, just to turn an eye, or it is out there, it's happening, and it's horrible.
What is compassion burnout? We talked about that a little bit earlier. Explain what that is.
I think everybody has a breaking point, and, compassion fatigue, burnout, it's real. A lot of people that have been doing this for decades, they're just, you can only see so much. So, you got to take a break, or you got to switch your avenue, or, anything like that to help.
What has surprised you the most when you're out? I know we followed you in the wintertime. I guess what surprised me is you wouldn't be outside at 14 below, and yet you leave your dog. And normally all the dogs that we saw too were short-haired dogs. So they weren't dogs that, some people try to, well, they're big dogs. Of course,
it's a husky, it's a
right,
shepherd.
And they're okay, and they like it outside.
Yeah.
They don't like it outside. You don't like it outside. And when you see that, and then by contrast, the extreme heat, how do you deal with that? I mean, how do you I know you guys say no judgment, but you got to feel something.
Well, yeah, and it's hard because you go from extreme heat to, there's like, I don't know which is worse, summer or winter. Some people say that summer's easier for them to do this kind of work. I honestly don't know which is worse. Especially the summer we're having now, it's up to 100. The winter we had was, wasn't too bad, but there were some pretty cold weeks. So,
one thing we didn't put in the story that we remember about you is that you like to wear flip-flops.
I do.
What do you do in the wintertime? And then I was watching you too while we were out, and I'm like, there's like bugs crawling all over her, and she could be stepping in something. And why are we doing these flip-flops, Miss Melanie?
If I could wear flip-flops year-round, I would. I didn't wear them today, but yeah, I like my flip-flops. In the winter, I wear muck boots, obviously.
Yeah, we were making fun of you because Chantel had those giant combat boot-looking things on. Absolutely. So what is it that you hope will happen when you guys were generous enough to let us come out with you a couple of times, and I will do this story as many times as it takes to get people motivated. We do have an election coming up, mayor for Detroit. What would you, if you could speak directly to those candidates, what would you say to them?
I think there's been a lack of care and compassion for the animals in Detroit for so long that, if you have passion for animals, then that's definitely an avenue that you need to dive into. And there's so many animal advocates out there. People want to vote for the right person. And if animals are, close to their heart, then that's definitely going to win you that vote.
So that's something that they should be talking about,
absolutely,
thinking about.
Absolutely.
Because there are laws on the books right now, but they just, as we talked about in the story, if people know that they can get away with something and nothing happens to them, they're going to keep doing it. And
right.
I don't understand why they would keep doing something like that and be abusive to an animal that only wants to love you. But as you guys said, it's just going to continue to happen.
It is. And I think, I'd like to see more groups getting into the schools and showing these kids how, you properly care for an animal, because a lot of it is generational. It's heritage. It's being, that my grandfather put the dog in the trunk, or, the dog, that's just how a lot of people are raised. And I think bringing awareness for young kids is a way to maybe stall it.
That is an excellent point. I didn't think about that because kids only know what they're
taught.
Exactly, and what they're taught. And if you're taught that the animal, the pet that's just trying to love you is just property, and you don't have a feeling for him, like, oh, should I feed him, or
right,
can I just chain him up and he's not going to say or do anything, then that's the attitude that you'll take and then pass along to your children as well. So I think it's an awesome idea. maybe you guys can go. Have you ever spoke to any schools? Maybe you can do something like that.
We have a couple of the schools. I know we did some Boy Scouts troops, Girl Scouts. We did one of the schools did do a fundraiser for us. So, but I'd like to get into the inner city schools and, you know,
and especially let them know that dogs are not bred to fight or be bait dogs. We're coming up on time. Is there anything in particular that you want to say to our viewers? How can they help?
Just, you know, go to our page, look at our stories. You know, any feedback. If you see something, say something.
Because that's the best way that they can either, you know, rescue a dog, calling you guys out. I know some of the viewers that saw the story and wrote in said that you were the only dog rescue that came out after they had tried many, many others. So, you know, Melanie, I just thank you so much for your time today, but especially just for all the things that you and Chantel are doing as the Karens is truly God's work. And, you know that you are helping, even if it was only one animal a week.
Well,
You're
thank
making
you.
such a difference in their lives.
We appreciate that.
I cannot thank you enough. And I will continue to tell your story every opportunity that you let me do it.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
So thank you so much. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Lori's Story this week. And we'll see you later. And as I always tell you, have a positive day.